and croeso to the latest FC Cymru, and you join us on a glorious April day for the culmination of the women's domestic game in Wales as Cardiff Met and Cardiff City take each other on for the Welsh Cup final. And joining us on her debut for FC Cymru, Sophie, listen, fantastic to have you along. You've been out reporting for us this month, haven't you?
Yes, I've been at Aberystwyth for the Under-16s Girls Cup final. Also got to see some of the Under-19s Cup final, which was brilliant. It was an amazing day, I loved it.
Yeah, fantastic. That's coming up later. We'll also, of course, bring you who wins this game and lifts the trophy at the end of it. But where do we start, Soph?
Let's go back to the beginning of April, where Cymru took on France in a World Cup qualifier. Now, you might have seen a new addition to international match days, our fan ambassadors. So we went along to find out more about them and why we'll be seeing more of them in the near future.
Fan ambassador's job is to make the match day even better. More and more people want a bigger experience when they come to the game. They want to be looked after, they want to be valued. So our role, and tonight especially, is to add to the atmosphere, to welcome fans, to thank people for bringing their kids, and hopefully create the sort of atmosphere that will make those kids want to come back for more. The Fan Experience Company is working with the FAW to look at the quality of the matchday experience. We want to try and extend it so anybody in Wales, whatever the relationship with football is, feels welcome at a game and wants to come. And by doing that, what we can do is not just improve the experience, get more people coming, but diversify the audience so people from all over Wales want to come and be part of this tremendous community experience. The most important thing, I guess, is to be a people person, to enjoy spending time with people. My voice is nearly hoarse because I've been up and down the aisles trying to get the kids to make as much noise as they can. But that's the main thing. I think the second thing is to love football. You've got to understand why people are here. You've got to understand the game and understand when the team needs support, and you've got to understand the journeys people have made to get here, and you need to know everything about the stadium, where I can get a ticket, where I can get a programme, how much is the food. You need to know all of that.
Getting the young girls who are here tonight, some of them it was their first game, so just being able to make that experience as best as possible to keep them engaged, I was just something I really wanted to do. Just seeing, even just handing out a flag or a sticker, the reactions to the girls was incredible, and then just in the game trying to get them involved and cheering, it felt such a community vibe. It was lovely. It brings out the Welsh national just the community we have. So everyone from today, they're from all over the country, but we all just came together and we worked so well just because we have the same passion.
I've had one of the best nights of my lives. It's been absolutely brilliant. You get a different audience for the women's game. You get a lot of mums and dads and young kids, and you get a lot of people that love football and have been following the women, and you can see it growing, and it's a privilege to be part of that.
There you go. Didn't it look awesome fun being a fan ambassador? And if you want to get involved in that, then there will be details on the screen where you can sort of get in touch with those guys, because they're always looking for volunteers. But now, I'm with a winner. From Bonnypreith Town, ladies. Listen, thank you so much for joining us. And the inaugural Adran plate winners.
Yes, we are. It's very heavy, the plate. So I won't be holding it very high for very long. But yeah, we're very happy today to receive the plate.
Yeah, so the plate is the winners of the second section of the Adran League. Is that how it's described?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We play each other once home, once away up until Christmas. The league then gets split, top four, bottom four, and we've won the bottom four to win the plate today.
It's been big changes in domestic women's football this season. How's it worked out for you? What's the sort of reaction as we come to the end of it?
I think certainly after the first season, because of its new format, myself and my staff are probably a little bit exhausted, if I'm honest. It's felt long, I'm not going to lie, because of the additional fixtures. It feels like a long season, but it's been really good. It's been positive. The competitiveness week in, week out has been very, very high, very, very tough. And that's what you want. You want that as a manager, you want that as a player, you've got to push yourselves. And we've been pleased with our performances overall. But a little bit of inconsistency has crept in on occasion. So we're happy.
Because it's driving standards, I guess, and like giving a sort of new format to it. That was the sort of idea behind it in the first place.
Yeah, and similarly, the licensing that's come in, that's the same purpose as well. It's got to drive standards, it's got to improve standards. Clubs have got to get better. They've got to get better behind the scenes. So whilst it's tough, some change is always tough to learn and adapt to. We have to accept that the idea behind it is very, very good, very, very strong. We've got to improve women's football in Wales because it's growing. There's no doubt about it. There's young girls playing and there's more girls and more girls and more girls playing. They've got to have a good environment to get into in Wales because we can't afford to lose them over the bridge. So it's got to happen. It's got to happen. So yeah, really pleased the first year to be involved in it and remain involved in it, which is most important. And to come away with some silverware is a good season for Ponty.
Fantastic. Well, listen, congratulations. I won't keep you kind of raising it. It looks very heavy, I'll be honest with you. Yes, just a little bit, but good stuff. Listen, thank you very much for joining us. And one of the big changes that we've also seen in the domestic game is the introduction of the under-19s. And we sent Sophie along for her debut across to Aberystwyth, where the under-16s and 19s finals were taking place. As I have small children running past me, because that's what it's all about here this afternoon. So Sophie went along there to find out all about the new pathway for domestic players.
A cup final for the under-16s. The brilliant Penryn Bay in their third final in 4 years, taking on one of the biggest clubs in Cymru, Cardiff City. Now we're here of course to see how the game pans out and to see who wins, but we're also here to shine a spotlight on how player development has radically changed this season. Penryn Bay seem to be the model club. What is it that they get right for girls?
I think their focus is really on a person-centred approach. They really understand how to create a positive and inclusive environment where those young girls can really thrive. Cardiff, they've really looked at, when we went through the restructure, they've really looked at the next kind of 3 to 5 years, and that's how we want all of our clubs looking at club development now, is looking at the future and setting some ambitious goals. So they've looked at their future and have gone, okay, for us to be successful in this new league, we're going to have a pathway, a strong pathway. So they've obviously developed the 16s and the 19s, and I've been down to see them at training quite often down at the new Ocean Way facility, which is where the female game is prioritised on set nights. And it's so wonderful to see that their 16s, 19s and seniors all train at the same time at the same venue, which is really important for those young girls to see that pathway, right, and see those relatable role models.
Amy, congratulations. What a game, what a win. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. We've worked so hard as a team. We've tried our best in training the past couple of weeks, so to all the hard work to finally pay off, it's just a really good feeling.
I told them, in the team talk before the game, I said, look, the first thing I started with was, I'm so proud of you. And that's just growing and growing. It's our first season. We were set up 2 weeks before the start of the season, so to come such a long way in the way we have, and to win today is obviously just amazing.
The effort for a day like today that the FAW put in is phenomenal, to be honest. Obviously, we witnessed it last year when we got to the final with the COVID and everything. But turning up today and they've got pictures of the girls on the walls in the changing rooms and things. I mean, it looks incredibly professional. It is incredibly professional, and I think the opportunities for the girls, it's bound to make you want more of it.
How How's the introduction of the Under-19s league gone, and what do you think have been the successes and the challenges?
Sure. Well, let's start with the challenges, shall we? Because, you know, setting up a brand new league competition after a global pandemic didn't come without its challenges. And we obviously knew that, you know, that kind of age group is where we're kind of struggling with numbers anywhere, where a lot of girls are dropping out of the game. But we knew from what young girls were telling us was, you know, that the step between under-16s into senior football was quite often too big a step. So we needed to introduce it, and we knew that year one was going to be challenging. And so I think we just needed to see how year one went. And the fact that we've got, you know, 14 teams across in the south, struggled in the north, you know, 6 teams in the north. But we think that will grow because we see the numbers in the under-14s and under-16s age groups are growing dramatically. So now there's a competition for them. So every year, you know, the 19s will keep getting stronger.
It's been instrumental in developing these young girls, and it's a step up from where they were playing and prevents them from going to play with the boys, I think. So yeah, it's going from strength to strength, and it's been probably the most beneficial thing that's come from the restructure of the leagues, I think.
Watkins and then drop back! Nôl y dad di Billingham. Yw i am fentro bellter, mae o'n fentro! Mae'n fwy! Ac wrth gwrs, Lily Billingham, 16 oed!
Ian, these are wonderful, wonderful scenes, mate.
Yeah, I mean, this is why we do it. You know, we've worked so hard for the past 2-3 years and put a side together that should be competing, should be challenging, and developed a lot of players along the way. And days like this just make it all worthwhile, you know. And we've been fortunate to have a couple this year through our age groups, and now we finally got on with the seniors.
Lily, congratulations, FAW Women's Cup champion. Scored your first goal of the season, no better time to score it. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. I've been wanting a goal for a long time, as I haven't scored yet this season, and what a better game to score it. The emotions are so high right now, and we know our manager is super proud of us. We've deserved this. We've been waiting for this for a while, because obviously the first game was unsuccessful for us, but we deserved this today, and we all wanted it so much. So yeah.
Throughout my coach education, I've been very passionate about young players, and when I got the manager's job straight away I said we need to have the under-19s, because we can't just go out and sign 4 or 5 players from other clubs every year. We need to develop players, we need to produce our own players, not just for us but for the national team. And then when we added the 16s in this year, it was very last minute, but look where we are. I mean, if you give these young players a structure, you give them chances, you take a risk here and there, look what they can do. And it doesn't stop here. You know, we're going to keep going, we're going to keep pushing the boundaries, and we're going to keep progressing and hopefully win a lot more along the way.
Phoebe, congratulations, FAW Women's Cup winners. How does it feel to be taking home that silverware?
Oh, amazing. I think we deserve it. I think there's been a lot of effort from the coaches who have put it into the players, and I think we deserve it. We've worked really hard for this, and I think I'm so proud to be a part of this club.
So at Cardiff City this season, under-16s, under-19s and the women's team have now taken home silverware. How great is it to be part of that setup?
Oh, amazing. It's only beginning to start as well. Like, coaches put a lot of effort in throughout the year groups, and I think it really shows because we've got our rewards. All the age groups have got our rewards of the FAW Cup, and I think it's amazing. It's just a really exciting time to be a part of the club.
It's also been an incredible time for you recently. Represented Wales under-19s in League A. How incredible has that been for you? You even scored the winner against Iceland. That must have been a great time for you.
No, yeah, it's always an honour to play for your country, and I'm really proud, and so is my family. And the coaches are really outstanding. They help me so much, and the players I play with are so good. And to play against the best in League A is amazing. We can only get better from that, and it's always good to get a goal myself. That feeling will never change.
And in terms of domestic matters, how do you feel that Adran Premier League has helped develop you as a player this season?
Yeah, I've come across a few challenges, both physically and mentally, and I've come across and I've beat them, and yeah, it's really good. It's really competitive. I mean, Cardiff Met been outstanding throughout the season. I think we worked really hard for the past 2 weeks now, focusing on this final, and I think we've worked really hard and we've deserved this win. So yeah, I'm really proud to be a part of this Bluebirds team.
Awesome, thank you Phoebe. Now this year's Adran Premier League winners were Swansea City Ladies. That marks their 3rd consecutive league title, and another Champions League adventure awaits. We went down there to find out their secret to success.
Obviously it's a really difficult league to be in, especially now with the new format, but we are really delighted. I don't really have much words, to be honest. We're just really over the moon and really pleased.
I mean, regardless of what the title is, just to be named champions is something special.
So we wanted to win everything, like every team does, but the league's our bread and butter, we know that, and it was imperative that we set the goal of winning the league again, because to do it 3 times is some feat, and these are special players back behind me. We ask a lot for these players week in, week out, and they deliver week in, week out on top of everything else that goes on outside of football.
So I'm a nurse and I work in Morrison Hospital. I'm a surgical nurse, so God, what's my day? I wouldn't want to tell you, I don't think you'd believe me. Well, I work 3 12.5-hour shifts. We train Wednesdays and Fridays, and obviously commit the whole day on Sunday to football. So, and that's just myself. Obviously, everyone in the team has either got a job or they're full-time university. It's a lot of commitment, but we've definitely reaped the benefits of it today. Katie Hosford, obviously, if I'm unavailable, you know, injured, etc., then obviously Emma Bynum was vice captain, but Katie stepped up and she's done an amazing job this season.
When times are tough, she'll roll her sleeves up. The work ethic, you know, on training, on the pitch, and in her day life is impeccable. You know, she's hell of a player.
We put our bodies on the line for the whole game. We have all season, to be fair, not just today. And again, it just shows that everyone just wants it so much and everyone puts everything into the game.
You know, it's just a break for me, especially with the job I do. So every day I step on the pitch on Sunday, it's just, as much as it's hard work playing football, I love it, and it's a break from reality, I guess.
I'm not one of these coaches that want to rest on my laurels, and these won't. But we've got to look to Europe first and crack that nut. Once we've cracked that, because I believe we're not far off, I guarantee you we'll be back next year and we'll be going for it again.
Everyone is improving within the league. It happens every year. But, you know, it's exciting. It's good to come out and play at a good high standard.
Coming into this game, obviously up until last Saturday, we were thinking that we had to get a result or a draw. So obviously took a lot of weight off our shoulders. But again, you still want to come up here and get a result, and I thought we did really well today.
Oh, the crowd again, well done. Well done, lads. My wife FIFA like these.
It's a lovely trophy. The last one broke on us, so we're glad to have a new one.
And there we go, Swansea, champions of Wales again. But I tell you what, this lot, I think they're going to push you hard next year, Swansea. But Soph, listen, what a fantastic day.
Brilliant day.
One of the things I wanted to talk to you about, because you actually started volunteering, didn't you, with Swansea City Ladies. So you see the graft that goes in at this level.
Oh yeah, and most of the people working here are volunteers, and you know, people work 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. Then this work is in the evenings, in the weekends. But for me, I volunteered there for about 3 seasons, and it was a brilliant experience for me to be a part of that team, and also getting that experience of, you know, writing, interviewing, social media. It was brilliant. I went to New York with them on pre-season. I went to Romania with them for the Women's Champions League. But it's a brilliant community, and it really does have that family feel. And I think because a lot of these people are volunteering and it's in their spare time, they are passionate about it. It's something they really care about and love. And you can see that from today, you know, and all throughout the season, they really put their heart and soul into it.
Yeah, they certainly do. They certainly do. And what a great occasion it's been here today. Packed out crowds, which we've loved, haven't we?
Yes, I think it was over 500 here today, which is amazing, you know, and it shows the progression of the women's game here in Wales. And it's nice to see the young kids here as well. I would have loved this when I was a kid, and to see them at such a young age, and they're going to grow up with this now, and then that's the next generation of female players we're going to see playing here in years to come.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, listen, what a debut, well played. So from Swans Ladies to FC Cymru, it's a seamless transition. But listen, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you soon. There's a big month coming up in May, more cup finals, more silverware, and then of course the big internationals in June. Ready for that?
Just about.
Just about. Right, we're going to catch a breather. We'll see you soon.